Friday and tells us like her week, and she's like, and then I wrote an article, and then she like tells the. Did you?
Yeah, and she responded to it in the paper.
It was probably
It was about that I was not necessarily dating someone, hanging out a lot with someone who was much younger, and
Had one. Oh, we don't have any more
What?
headphones?
We are live, aren't we?
Yes.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Friday DVtv. This is episode 2 since we restarted. What am I doing?
Turn down your phone.
Is it your phone?
My phone is all... Oh, no, it's not. Sorry.
I was like, I don't have my headphones on. I can hear it.
Anyway, hi. Welcome to DVtv. It's Friday, March the 16th, and we have a full panel. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, starting down there.
I am Israel Luna. How are you, everybody?
Hi, I'm Michael Garza.
Joe Hoselton, Jenna, Skyy.
Brandi, Amara, Skyy.
And I'm Tammye Nash with Dallas Voice. God only knows what we're going to talk about today. We hadn't decided yet. Let's go over what's in the paper first. We have Asia O'Hara on the cover.
Yes.
Okay, because Asia's going to be a contestant in season 10 of RuPaul's Drag Race, which premieres next Thursday, the 23rd. Is that correct?
22nd.
22nd, I think.
22nd. I'm sorry, Friday's the 23rd.
Now, can I say something about that really quick? I'm surprised that this season just ended, and they have already announced for the next one. Don't they give it a
All
good?
Stars. This was All Stars.
Yes, but I understand where he's coming from. Usually they don't do seasons they don't do it until the fall.
Yeah, or they give it a good 3, 4, 5 months in between.
Let me call Rue here in a minute while we take a break. I say, Rue, tell me what's up with this. But I don't know the answer to that right now. Does anyone?
But that was one of my things when I saw that they were going to be doing it the week after. And I didn't even know that this week would be the final week of All Stars 3.
I didn't either. I thought we had a couple more.
Exactly. I thought there was at least 2 more episodes, or at least another one. I didn't think this was going to be the final week. And then I heard they were going to be doing the launch party or whatever you want to call it next week, pretty much. So I was a little shocked. I'm like, I didn't think we were going to be doing it that quick.
Well, because
Hold
I
on
don't.
to your drawers, y'all. We're in high gear.
Well, I just don't want it to be like a Spice Girls thing, which is we all loved the Spice Girls, but then because they were making so much money, their executives and the people that were making money off of them, their producers, they kept putting out another album, and we got sick of them. And so then they flopped really fast. So it's like, let us miss RuPaul's Drag Race, where we're like, oh, we can't wait for the next season because this one just ended and it's going to start up. Is it going to be overkill?
Is this the first time that they've done it?
This
like
fast?
This fast, yeah.
Yeah, the first time they did All Stars, it was done, like it aired in like October, I guess. And then it was done before, like just after Thanksgiving. And then they started in January with the next season of RuPaul. And who was it the year that Sharon Needles won? That was when they announced
that was Willem's season.
The first All Stars one was coming that next fall, and she worked in the Rose Room, and she walked in and said, that she was going to set up her merchandise and all that. She goes, they just announced my 15 minutes is only 7.5. Because they were, basically once they start the next cycle, your luster's gone.
Yeah.
And so she was like, I really only have until the All Stars, and she goes, and then I'm going to be forgotten. And that's what she felt like anyway. Yeah. And so she was trying to maximize. And Kennedy has been saying this whole time. She was like, girl, they're probably going to end ours and start the next one. And that was before they announced it. And she wasn't confirming any of that, of course, but she was like, that would be my luck that it's going to fare well for me. And then,
days later.
yeah. And then it's like, I'm not even going to get a moment to reign.
That's why,
if I were to win.
And that's why some of these queens have albums and do a tour because they need to stay relevant. Because when the next season starts, you're going to be forgotten about.
Yeah, I heard that you have to have your whole spiel before you even get off of the season, like before the public knows that you're already off of the season, in order to stay relevant and have time to have your moment continue.
Think about some of these folks who've been on it from around here. Alyssa Edwards. Girl, her mama ain't up. She's doing everything.
But she's one of those.
Yeah.
She's one of them that's had longevity after their show.
But they know what they have a savviness about it, and they market, they capitalize, they bring in agents and whatnot, and so they build a team. And Alyssa she's the one who taught me how to build a team when I want to do something.
She had her team.
So she gets this concept.
Yeah, like she was doing all of that before she got on the show. So basically what the show did was just show her how to up-level everything that she was
catapulted her
already
career.
doing. I mean, she had her dance beyond belief. She had all of that already set So this just taught her, I guess, more marketing, the networking, and everything.
Branding.
But there are
Oh, yeah.
these guys are on tour all the time. I mean, there's always some drag race related tour somewhere. I mean, they have the
If you get chosen.
But it's not all of them. Like when you
Exactly.
No,
it's
not.
like 10 or 12, and there's like over 100 girls now that have.
yeah, but I mean, it's
Uh-huh.
the good ones.
And that's
Right.
that's the crack,
Sorry.
though. There are 100 or a little over 100 girls, and you see the same 30 be touring. So
Those are the ones who won. Those are the ones who placed.
not necessarily.
No?
Not necessarily.
Willem
Willem-
didn't win.
But yeah, but
Corey-
you
But
don't
it's-
see,
but
you
you
don't
don't-
see
but you
Willem
don't
because
have to
of
win,
drag
though.
race. Willem was winning already.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. Like, I mean,
like your nails.
thank
I'm
you.
sorry, go
There's
ahead.
like 5 layers of nail polish on
Oh
this.
my God, are they invisible too because they're green?
Oh, they might be.
Do this.
Yeah, go like that to the camera. That might be see-through.
My gosh, your hand just disappeared.
I'm just saying it's magic.
I know. Anyway, let's go back to the conversation.
So there are over 100 girls, and you just end up seeing the same girls on tour. I mean, the Haters Roast, the Christmas album, all that stuff. And my thing is, are these girls, in general, are they not wanting to participate with the tours anymore? Are they not getting paid enough money? Is it just too much for them?
Sometimes it's who their agent is, because a lot of times the girls that are touring in clusters have all signed with the same
girl, the same
agent.
guy.
Yeah, and so they will book those girls together, or it's a cluster. Like someone wants to put together a show, and so they'll call 3 or 4 agents that each have 3 or 4 girls, and then they'll kind of swap those around. So a lot of times it's how you save your buck that way.
Or some of them have transitioned, and RuPaul doesn't want that associated with her brand.
Oh.
Womp womp womp.
Just speaking truth here, people. Just speaking
There,
truth.
it doesn't. It still comes down to the fact that there are people who have made careers and who have careers because of this show.
She gives you the platform. It's what you do with it after the show airs.
Yes.
We have a Dallas girl named Asia O'Hara who's going to be on season 10.
Yes.
And we have an interview with Asia. And Brandi here, who knows Asia and has worked with Asia, did a little personal piece, too, to go
How
along
long-
with the Q&A.
How long have we been working with Asia? 2000? Because we met in 2000.
I've known her since I met her.
It's in the beginning.
I started in 2005.
Like, wait.
Where's
And-
that one
and I knew
picture,
her then.
Brandy, of
And so I've been working with her.
of y'all?
Page
And
10.
I've been
There it is.
working with her probably 2007, 2008 when we started with Gay Bingo and all of that. And then I started backup dancing.
There's a cute little picture right here of all of them. You look so like itty
Asia
bitty.
actually taught me. She actually put that. She was wearing that, and I was like, "Oh, I want that too." So she actually did it for me. And Asia is to thank because she taught me how to put on bottom lashes. Like I had never worn bottom lashes because Jenna doesn't wear them, and Asia always did,
And I tell my children to learn that shit for themselves.
and I did. And now a RuPaul queen taught me how to put on
Nice.
lashes.
So Asia, we just finished All Stars 3, and we had 2 Dallas Roots girls in the top 4, and Kennedy, who performs here, or who lives here, was the second place finisher. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Even if there's some politics involved that we don't appreciate, we do appreciate the fact that some of our favorite people from around here are getting a good platform.
So I don't want to be that one, but how do you think?
But I'm going to be that one.
But I'm going to be that one.
I am.
So I don't
I'm
know.
gonna be that one.
I don't know Asia personally. I've
Extra.
never had the pleasure of working with her. I do see her in passing because I do Gay Bingo, and sometimes she'll get there early. Like I see Jenna there all the time, pretty much almost all the time. When we're breaking down, they're getting there to start their night. She's always been nice. I've never heard anything really negative about her. I've seen her perform. I've seen her on the mic. She's always been nice, at least to me. Do you think this will change who she is as a person?
I'm not going to say because I don't know Asia.
I do.
These guys know Asia, so I'm going to let y'all. I'm going to let them answer.
I mean, I'm not setting it up for a negative outcome. I
Yes,
want to
you are.
know.
Yes.
It's not going to be negative either. It's going to be really positive. And I'm not sure why. Because she has been awful to me for a long time. Asia and I have a great history because she and I were both promoted to the main cast in the Rose Room on the same day. And so she and I split a weekend basically for 8 or 7 years, I guess.
And then you pushed her down the stairs a la Showgirls.
I tried.
Come on, Pearls.
I tried, but she got some good pads, okay? No, Asia's been awesome. And from day one with Asia, she has been a hustler. And she's started her own, costuming company. She's, pushed and pushed for titles to be in the Rose Room. I mean, she has always been pushing her craft and pushing herself. And there was a period where...
And up-leveling, the community, the drag community, and the drag, people around her as well, while she was up-leveling herself. Like, I think that's extremely important, too.
Yeah.
Like, she was making everybody's drag better.
Tons of national pageants, a lot of times she was the one staging and choreographing those things. And so, I mean, she's been active with a lot of people's careers. And there was getting to a point where you could see that, and knowing Asia like I do, she has, swells and all of that where everything's good, and then she, slows things down a little bit, and then she gets restless, and so she pushes and, gets where she's taking on too much, and then she slows down. And it got to be where they were moving quicker and quicker in between. And you could tell that she was ready for something else. And she had done, several pageants. When she did Miss Gay America, I felt like she was ready for a push. She was getting restless again. And I don't want to lose Asia from our cast, because everyone on the Rose Room cast contributes something so special, and we have a magic backstage, and it's precious to me. And so I don't want to lose her for that. But you could tell that she was ready for something. And when you get restless sometimes, you can tell there's a tension, and not that she was unhappy, but you could tell that she needed something.
Yeah,
and when she disappeared for a couple of months and came back, she's been in such a much better place since then, I think, because of the prospect of what is happening right now.
I'm wondering what they're going to categorize her as, like, on the show. Like, is she going to be the sweet Texas girl, or is she going to be the mean?
Ugly and hateful. She's not bossy.
Bossy,
Aja's a smart girl.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. Who knows? You got a topic you want us to talk
We're
about?
gonna talk
Send us
about
a message. We'll be here. All right. Be back in a minute.
Hi, I'm Israel Luna. I've been a working filmmaker, editor, and writer since 2001. I've produced 10 full-length films, screened at some of the biggest film festivals like Robert De Niro's Tribeca Film Festival, and made deals with LA distribution companies, resulting in my films being in circulation nationally and internationally in movie theaters, digital formats, and retail outlets like Walmart, Best Buy, Target, and many others. It's been a crazy ride. A rough ride, but a very rewarding one. It feels good to wake up every morning knowing that filmmaking is my job. In saying that, remember, it is a job, but a fun one that I love doing. People have asked me many times, how do you do it? How can I make a living making movies? Well, it's not something I can easily answer because there are so many facets to it. And this doesn't just mean filmmaking. It's about making a living off of your artistic expression, whether it be filmmaking, acting, painting, dancing, or anything else you may be good at. Take what you love doing and monetize it. Which leads me to today. I've decided to begin a weekly workshop to help guide you through all of the ins and outs of making a living from your art and creativity. I'm here to lead you into being your own boss as an artist and creative, just like me. I'll do my best to have you live, breathe, eat, sleep, and most importantly, live financially on your creations and artistic expression. I'll see you there.
And Asia O'Hara, and how excited we are that she's going to be on this, and folks here who know her and work with her. And I got to do an interview kind of through email because she was very busy. I understand that she's going to be doing watch parties each Thursday at JR's.
Thursday night at JR's, yeah.
And it's 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
She won't be here for the first one, is that right? Somebody told me she's out of town.
I think they're all the girls from this season are going to be at like a premiere party, perhaps. So
that's their, she won't be there, but she'll be there other weeks.
Are you going to be the stand-in?
No, they don't call me for anything. I think I'm terrible on the microphone. I don't know why they don't think my voice is fishy. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say you got to take Fish Voice 101.
Right. It doesn't work. I pinch my nuts and everything.
Let me
Shut up, child. When they came up with the show, there was that concern if it's a RuPaul girl hosting a RuPaul watch party. Crystal Summers will be there with her, so that it's not just her. But they were like, if this is a RuPaul watch party with one of our RuPaul girls, what if she's not there? That was one of the first questions. And so we fortunately live in a city that has Kennedy Davenport, has Alyssa Edwards, and Shangela's family is here, and she rotates in, and they've all been contacted. So nights when Asia can't be here, a RuPaul girl will be here.
Oh,
so
that's cool. That's great. I didn't know that. I just knew that there was going to be the watch party. There are watch parties all over.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
But this is like JR's. It's Asia's place. And
yeah, it's a cabin home. It's her home.
So that'll be cool. So if you're looking for someplace to have fun watching the show, go there.
And the drinks are excellent. The bartender's there.
I've heard that they have really outstanding,
especially Candace.
especially kind and loving.
Let's not push it.
Take you on cruises.
They haven't
Great
sponsored
bartender.
us yet. Let's not push it.
Right.
So in case you don't know, Brandi's husband,
Close enough.
Brandi's wife, Candace.
People already think I'm straight, Tammye.
I don't.
My wife even thought I was straight when I walked into her bar. She thought I was a straight girl.
My wife was straight when she walked into
Good job,
my bar.
Tammye.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Did you win that microwave? Isn't that the toaster oven? Whatever.
Yes.
Hand in the card, bitch. Toaster oven, and I already had several. Thank you.
He's just something.
Anyway, moving on before my wife watches it and I'm in trouble. We were talking about what's in the paper this week. I want to mention in our calendar, everybody should always go and check out the Gay Agenda, and in the back, our arts and entertainment calendar. But if you look at the Gay Agenda, you're going to see that Randy Rainbow is coming. I understand the tickets.
Last time I checked,
sold
they were like pretty much sold out.
But Randy Rainbow, I talked with him on the phone interview this week, and he is amazing. And Randy Rainbow is truly his real, honest-to-God name.
That's really great to know.
He goes, yeah, my parents are like Jerry and Gwen Rainbow or something like that. I may have their names wrong, but
Nice.
So he's going to be here, and if you get a chance, go see him at House of Blues.
I'm a big fan of his videos on YouTube.
I love his videos. He's hysterical.
So
there was a new one that came out with Betsy DeVos.
Yes, I just saw it this morning.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Also, one thing I want to point out, on the agenda page, we always have our pet of the week. And if you guys are looking for a pet, please go to SPCA and check out their animals. Check out our pet of the week. This week we've got Precious Polly, who is a senior German Shepherd who needs a new home. I don't know why. I can't remember why she had to be turned over, but she was. So also this week we have a story in the paper by James Russell, who used to be on staff and now does freelance stuff for us. You remember last year when the Texas legislature was in session and we had to fight in regular session and then again in special session against the bathroom bill. The bill that, Dan Patrick was trying to keep trans people from being able to use the restroom in public. I mean, not like in public facilities, because nobody wants to see anybody using the restroom in public. But Joe Strauss was a Republican. He's Speaker of the House. And he's retiring. He's not running for re-election, but they had this committee put together because one of the arguments against the bathroom bill was that it would be bad for Texas economy. The businesses that we want to attract, the big business, Toyota, Amazon, that's a deal with the Amazon headquarters is, Texas is backwards, homophobic. We don't want to go there because we want to be able to have the best and the brightest even when they're LGBT people. But this report, you should read this story. It's very interesting. They put a report together. They studied the session. They talked to everybody. And Greg Abbott was in front. Oh, yeah, bathroom bill. Got to protect women and the children in the bathroom.
Right.
And then he insisted on putting it on the list. But according to this report, according to the people, and Byron Cook from Corsicana was chairman of one of the State Affairs Committee, which helped keep that from ever coming to the floor for a vote. But they're like, yeah, he was not in support of that, and his people kept coming to us and saying, don't let that come to a vote. We don't want that to be. But he's in public going.
So is that because he wanted to keep like the votes and keep his fan base and?
Exactly. He didn't want to lose those right-wing lug nuts that are supporting Dan Patrick. Yeah. And Dan Patrick's the one, and he didn't want to have a public fight with Dan Patrick because Dan Patrick is a dirty fighting bastard, I'm telling you. So he didn't want to get in that public fight and split the party and all that bullshit. So, in public he was supporting it, but he was telling these other guys to put themselves on the line and keep it from, coming to a vote. Because the people like Joe Strauss and Byron Cook, those people that work, the Republicans who work to keep this from coming to a vote, from being enacted as law, have been targeted by the right-wingers. And the people that support Dan Patrick and all that and the big money.
Yeah, and see, a situation like this is like the epitome of politics.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you feel a certain way personally, but you have to feel publicly. You have to say certain things to keep that fan base, and it's really upsetting to know that.
But does that make it forgivable? Like,
no.
You know what
No.
I like? Like, I'm kind of like, all right, so what are we supposed to do with that information? Like, so you're saying that you were basically lying because you weren't really for this, but you had to be. Like, it just doesn't make.
This has no bearing whatsoever on what I think about.
Hold my calls.
I keep telling those people I don't want to buy that.
Right.
It has no bearing on my opinion of Greg Abbott. I don't like him. I think he's an asshole.
But
and I don't like him.
I mean, politics, for the most part, isn't it all about scratching people's backs and kind of saving face and keeping up with the,
In a lot of ways, you have to. I think of it as compromise. You have to have bipartisanship, and you have to compromise to get anything done. I think back to the lesbian consensus. What are they called? The groups where everybody gets together and they have to. Collectives where nothing gets done until everybody agrees to do it this way.
Oh, that's
consensus?
not how.
You were just talking about that with the sisters too.
Allegedly.
A little town hall meeting and stuff. No, it was all good. It was all wonderful.
No, it's all good. But it is. It's a typical thing that happens.
You get nothing
Exactly.
accomplished like that. Nothing is ever going to get
But
done.
see, the only
We're gonna
reason
bring Joe a coloring book next year.
the reason why I think it does make a difference, and for me, it's not because we forgive him at all. It makes me upset because even though he truly personally believed, we want this to go away, but not publicly, it makes me think just by you publicly saying that was a negative toward transgender people. Yeah. And that sticks because those people need a reason to hate a certain minority group. And with him just publicly saying, yes, we need to do this, it gives them a reason to hate. And now they've made up their mind that they hate. Even though now, let's just even say that he comes out publicly and says, actually, I was okay with it. Those people are still going to hate transgender people. Right. They've made up their mind.
And it had nothing to do with him not liking or not liking trans people. he's still a jerk about trans people, I'm sure. It's all about he doesn't want the rest of the country that's not backwards to look at Texas and say, y'all a bunch of backwards rednecks.
Because we are.
And we ain't gonna bring our business down there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
business
it
thing.
had nothing to do with him being right about trans people. It's
Right.
just another two-faced bunch of bullshit. But it's an interesting story. And my boss is out of town, and I'm pretty sure he's not watching.
I can tell.
Maybe he is watching because he wanted to show off our show. Hi, y'all. But no, he's probably got everybody at his Gay Media Association logged on and watching us, and
Oh, fun. I hope so.
it's Israel's fault.
But you'd think
I don't know what you're talking about. That's what that's for.
Don't give Tammye any ideas, because you know that the next time one of us F's up, she's going to be like,
Or she'll cover it up for you.
she's going to be like, all right.
Just like this.
Well, have the ringside girl go around with the green screen block. Some woman in high heels and a thong.
but you would
You can do
think
that because Forrest can walk in a. You can walk in a thong.
Sometimes I do.
And high heels at the same time.
Down.
Dang. Anyway, so y'all read that's politics. It's important. We have to pay attention because we're still people to be elected in the primary cycle, and then we've got to pay attention and be aware of what's going on when November rolls around. Otherwise, we're going to end up with the same shit, different day, y'all.
Speaking of voting, did you hear this week Fort Lauderdale elected their first openly gay mayor? I was like, I knew I love this city for a reason. Yeah, Candace and I won a condo
Is it
in
on
Fort
there?
Lauderdale.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, they sure did. I was like, I bet
page
Wilton
12.
Manors, that whole, like when that happened, I bet they were just gangified.
Oh my
it up.
god.
is that the same person?
Trentalis. No.
Are those two
Mark
different
Leno,
people?
Mark Leno is in California. The one on the right with the pink tie and the debonair jacket over the shoulder is Dean Trentalis. He's the new Fort Lauderdale mayor.
Oh my god.
Looks like they have the same closet. That tie looks awfully similar.
Same closet. It's a
for
big
them. Maybe I
closet
need
because
to
one's
run.
in Florida and one's in California.
I'm just
Maybe
saying
they keep
that's
their-
a
maybe
big
they keep
closet.
They keep their closet here in Dallas because it's midway.
It's good for
It's like,
business.
girl, don't wear the pink tie. We're in the pink tie this week.
Uh-huh.
This is a great new trend happening. Maybe I should run. Get some things changed.
What are you going to run for?
You have to vote first.
You know, they
Bam.
have
Bam.
right? They have night. Don't they have a new title called like nighttime governor or something like that? I saw it on Good Morning America.
They're called pimps.
No, they have like a person that is like like mayor or something, but of the nightlife. It's just really crazy.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going
Yeah.
to figure out mayor of nightlife so Israel knows what to run for.
Yes.
Like a
But
song.
we'll be right back.
You might have to steal that title from Cassie.
Like a song out of Les Mis or something.
Ouija board. Are there any spirits here? I'm leaving.
Hey! You can't remove your hand now, or we'll die. I'm serious.
Men, we invite the Ouija spirit to come over. You don't move your hand. Continue playing, because this is real business. Ouija board. If you're really here, please move to Kung's side.
Hi, I'm Israel Luna. I've been a working filmmaker, editor, and writer since 2001. I've produced 10 full-length films, screened at some of the biggest film festivals like Robert De Niro's Tribeca Film Festival, and made deals with LA distribution companies, resulting in my films being in circulation nationally and internationally in movie theaters, digital formats, and retail outlets like Walmart, Best Buy, Target, and many others. It's been a crazy ride. A rough ride, but a very rewarding one. It feels good to wake up every morning knowing that filmmaking is my job. In saying that, remember, it is a job, but a fun one that I love doing. People have asked me many times, how do you do it? How can I make a living making movies? Well, it's not something I can easily answer because there are so many facets to it. And this doesn't just mean filmmaking. It's about making a living off of your artistic expression, whether it be filmmaking, acting, painting, dancing, or anything else you may be good at. Take what you love doing and monetize it. Which leads me to today. I've decided to begin a weekly workshop to help guide you through all of the ins and outs of making a living from your art and creativity. I'm here to lead you into being your own boss as an artist and creative, just like me. I'll do my best to have you live, breathe, eat, sleep, and most importantly, live financially on your creations and artistic expression. I'll see you there.
And we weren't talking about people during the break. So
Allegedly.
In case you're watching, Leo, we were not talking about anybody.
Can they watch in the breaks?
no.
Oh, thank God.
I was like, girl, we have new jobs to find.
Yes, let's not talk about. Let's not even go there. Mr. Green Screen on the end. I bet that looks weird on there, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's just his face.
Okay.
Has she been standing up behind me this whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I felt a pain in the back of my neck.
So I was asking these guys what we wanted to talk about today, and dating apps, dating in general. So let's talk about dating. I mean, why
Yeah,
not?
well, you said you had a good
Yeah,
segue.
I have a good segue. So, do you know why Anderson Cooper has been in Dallas more often than he has usually been?
Because I bet he has a new man.
He does have a new
I
man.
heard he was here.
The gentleman that he was dating, I guess he was a owner of a bunch of New York gay clubs. They broke up. They were partners for 9 years. And he is now dating a Dallas doctor. And his name is Victor Lopez. So he's dating. He's dating.
He does like his brown boys, doesn't
Come on,
Brown
Serrano
boy.
Pepper.
Me too.
Do you have a picture?
Why-
Hon? Do you have a picture?
Why wasn't
Yeah, so
Victor
this is-
out the night that
I don't
he
know if you can
was in the
see
rose
that,
room?
but
They don't
that's
care.
his new
They're
boyfriend.
nobody. Let me see. Screw you.
Yeah, he's super cute.
He is very handsome.
I do him.
Handsome.
She's
So that's
cute.
a segue. So would you be interested if in Anderson Cooper? If he were to approach you
No.
and
See, here's
I
the
don't-
problem.
I
Not me.
personally wouldn't be, because I saw him with Kathy Griffin, and he turns into a super just girl.
oh, that's not your thing.
But here's the problem. He has
Don't thin shame
trademarked
him.
himself. But his brand, I don't want to cut you off, but I'm going to cut you off. His brand is like cuddly, like bear. Like he's cute. He's like
ain't.
adorable.
Have you seen him in person though?
Who are you talking
Because
about?
in photos he looks all like buff and commanding. He is about my build. Like
No, I'm too poor to see him in person.
he's like 5'8". I'm rich and famous, so I.
Come on, backup dancer.
No, he like when he walked into the dressing room, he's got to be like 5'7" or 5'8".
Well, you know, they say the camera makes you look bigger.
It makes him look
Adds
like
40
he's been
pounds.
at the gym and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
got a good tone to him and everything, but he's a much smaller, compact, and so
But-
I don't get cuddly and bear. I get like, are you lost, little boy with silver hair?
I mean, he seems
Well,
young.
there goes our chance of getting Anderson Cooper on DVtv.
What Joe Hoselton says does not represent the Dallas Voice Media Company.
Exactly. But the reason we
Thanks.
wanted to bring up the dating thing was because we went and we had a little bit of a doggy date yesterday.
We did. I
And-
took him out.
Yeah, and so we went, and while we're walking the doggies, he just says something like, "Oh, I'm kind of ready to date, but it's been really difficult." And I was like, "Why is that your goal? Just it usually happens when you're not looking for it." And then you asked me if I was on Chappie.
Oh, Chappie. So have you heard of Chappie? Most whores have.
It's a new social media app.
Chappie it's like gay. It's a gay dating app, but
Imagine Chappie.
you have
Or could be
three.
lesbian chapstick.
You have
Yeah,
Sorry.
chapstick. Yes.
yeah, it wouldn't be lipstick.
No. Lipstick lesbians, chapstick lesbians, lipstick lesbian, chapstick lesbian.
But there is a lesbian
I did not know that.
dating app that you told us about on the show. Isn't it called
It's called Her.
Yeah, it's
Her?
called
I was gonna name mine Scissors.
Ooh.
That was gonna be my dating app.
Nice.
one for each pocket.
She doesn't want to run out.
Actually,
Oh.
see, I had to pick it up off the TV thing stand because the cat gets up there and knocks it off.
Oh. Damn cat.
I know, damn cats.
So you
Go ahead.
basically have like a little running bar, and you slide it all the way to the left if you want Mr. Right Now. You put it in the middle if you want, if you don't know what you want, and if you slide it all the way to the right for Mr. Right. And I have been on there for about a week. Nobody likes me. Like,
Do you have it set on relationship?
I can have it set on free, and nobody wants me.
You've been on this panel for 30 minutes and nobody liked you.
It's a run. It's like, that's what I'm known for.
But this is what it is, though, because I have a very good friend of mine named Jason who's on Grindr, and he is always like, "Oh, these guys, you know, it's hard." And I looked at his profile and I said, "Okay,
Oh,
the
fuck the
picture's all
profile.
wrong. The picture's
I've done
all
that.
wrong. What you say in it, if you put on there, for example, if I'm reading someone's ad and they're saying, "Oh, I want a boyfriend," no, I don't want someone that's just looking for a body there, and it doesn't
Right.
matter who it is. They just want a
love
boyfriend.
me.
I want someone who's not really looking, who's just kind of playing around, playing the field. And then I change their life, and I'm like, yes. So
Get on Chappie and change my life.
so if someone's saying, "Oh, I'm about boys who aren't afraid to cry and long beach, long walks along the beach and holding hands," no. So what does your profile say?
Yeah, because that's too gay, right?
Right. What does your profile say?
Do you?
I will actually bring it up really quick. It's not. It's not bad.
Lost in the rain.
It's not bad. Okay. Give me 45 minutes because I have an iPhone 6s. Okay, so mine says, "I'm a full-time student working on my bachelor's degree in communications. I work part-time and I volunteer with various nonprofit organizations on the weekends. I'm an easygoing guy, always up for adventure, and I love to be social."
Oh no,
That's really good. You don't think-
No.
So
You're
what
a
would
girl.
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, I tuck a lot.
No.
That's
no.
good for a lesbian.
What are you
You're on the
into
wrong-
sexually? What kind of things do you
And that's
like?
what I'm
Not to
trying
mention-
to avoid.
Perv
No,
stuff. Put
I don't.
perv stuff in
I'm not
there.
trying. I'm not looking for sex. And I
Says
feel like
the
if you're
perv.
putting all these things on there, that's what you want.
You forgot to mention the nails. I have sparkly nails.
I have sparkly nails.
I have bitchin'
So you
nails.
can't do that in Dallas. It's the boys.
Exactly. They're so anti like
They're prone
feminine.
to femme shaming.
Well,
Is it?
God.
Well, the
Is Dallas really like that?
Oh,
my God,
hell
yes.
yeah.
It really is. My cousin was telling me that. My cousin is like this beautiful, like he works at Hermes, like he's got a great life. But people, the gay men won't go out with him because
You gay
they
men are just so
says he's too
goddamn
effeminate.
pretentious.
Straight acting.
Yeah, he's not. So he's got
Yeah,
like a
bro.
nice
Then why
scarf,
do you
a
want to
Bottega
dance?
wallet,
You
and
gay.
they're
I
like-
want to. If I'm gonna be gay, I want gay.
Generations
If
of,
you're gonna
of-
be gay, you're
of
not gay?
LGBT fought
I'm not
for
gay.
fought for the right to be who we are, so that now we can model ourselves after like misogynistic.
There you go.
It's terrible.
I hate
actually,
that crap.
I don't mind feminine guys at all.
Have
I
you
don't.
dated a feminine guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, my thing is, I don't want that to be that one thing that prevents me from getting
But then
or
let
from
me have a
dating or something
let me
like
have
that.
let me suggest something as the old person here who's been through a few years and seen some shit. Let me give you some sage advice.
Gross.
I know. It's been some gross shit too. I've been at certain bars at 7 in the morning.
Ooh, I want to go to that party.
The good old days.
That was last week.
Yeah, right. It takes me 45 minutes to sit up in the bed. Get up and get to a bar. Don't look for that. You're looking in the wrong place. If you want someone who's going to be that for you, then don't get on the damn app.
Right.
You're finding love in a hopeless place.
Well, see, that's the thing. So I don't
Looking for
have
love in all the wrong place. See, that's my generation.
Wow.
That's my damn generation.
That was a music history lesson right there.
Exactly.
Ours was what's love got to do with it?
Nice.
Go to the damn grocery store and wander around in the vegetable section or something.
Oh my God, it's worse.
And go to the
At least you can lie to
cucumbers
me online.
Not always.
and look at the cucumbers slowly as you're looking at people going, which one should I get?
Right. The woman over there
As
shaking
I-
the melons and you're all like deep throating.
As I squat on the
This
cucumber.
one's fresh.
No, but in all seriousness, the stuff on your profile, it's intimidating.
It's normal. No, it's not.
It
If
is.
you're intimidated
It is.
by that,
It
then
is.
fuck you.
See?
Have you looked around at and this is going to sound terrible too. The majority of the gay people that are on those things are either really young or I don't know. And I can't say this because I'm on these things, but it's I find that when I talk about education, when I talk about career aspirations, it is intimidating to people.
Then you're not the
because
one for me.
They
Bye-bye.
just want to go out and party and have a good time. And
I'm fine with that. But I worked my
So don't
ass
look there.
off to get where I'm at educational wise and with nonprofit organizations. And I'd be damned if somebody like talks down to me
But
for
see,
it.
you
Like,
can
no.
still, you can still
Exactly.
tell them all of that when you meet in person,
Yeah.
but don't put it all on that profile.
All right, let me ask you a question, okay?
So what? Like I like unicorns and ponies. Please date me.
Yes.
What
See,
the fuck
that's
is that?
cute.
No, fuck that. Sorry, I'm cussing a lot. I don't know. if you guys-
Unicorns are ponies.
I'm so sorry.
Special ponies
I don't know how bad.
with horns. Let me ask you a question. Okay, you were talking about, you're too young probably to know the AOL chat room or what we were talking
No,
about earlier.
I did that.
Okay, was it different there? I mean,
well, yeah, was
it as,
I had AOL 1.6 when you had to pay by the minute, and I
Me
can
too.
remember having like
Oh,
$500
we
and
never
$600
my
AOL bills.
Oh, God.
In a month, I learned to I typed 90 words a minute because of AOL 1.6. No joke.
I have 4 minutes left.
But here's the thing: I grew up with this girl who was like a year and a half younger than me, and it was funny because at the time she could type faster, and so we shared an account because her mom wouldn't let her because predators, and the internet was this new terrible place. And what's sad is
No,
that
it's an old,
her
terrible
mom's
place.
suspicions were right. She would type and I would run the mouse, and we would like pretend we were older, and she would like talk
I
to
used to do
guys,
that, too.
and we would meet guys at the mall, but not like talk to them. And she ended up going on Maury Povich, Jenny Jones, and Maureen O'Boyle because she ended up meeting a guy who like sexually assaulted her, and she got pregnant, had an abortion, all that kind of stuff. And so it was all from the internet. So it's like back then it was like terrifying. You didn't really know, and there was really no regulation. There was no history. There were no. It was
No
brand
laws
new.
of
Yeah,
any
it was
kind,
wasn't very
brand
many
new
laws, yeah.
territory when stuff happened. What did you do? And it's like nowadays. It's not necessarily a bad thing to be like, oh yeah, I've been in a 2-year relationship. We met on Grindr. My most successful relationship to date resulted from Grindr.
Me too.
And we
5 years.
and we didn't talk about it at first. Like we would always just say, oh, we just met randomly. And then at one point I was like, I'm not ashamed of this because I'm not ashamed of us.
Right.
And if this is how we met, this is how we met.
Okay.
But but I've also learned that if the caliber of person that I'm wanting to date is the kind of guy that is sitting at a good table at like Black Tie or going to DIFA, then I need to be going to Black Tie and going to DIFA, not sitting at home naked on my couch on Grindr, wondering why nobody is coming over.
I've been to those places, and some of those people that attend are just leased cars. So
But that's Dallas.
we call
Nice
that,
Dallas.
I've heard that called like the $30,000
Millionaires.
millionaires, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quoted in
That's
Kicking
attitude.
Zombie Ass for Jesus by
Yes,
Miss
it
Jenna
is.
Scott.
Oh, that's true. It is. I forgot.
You're welcome.
But it's yeah. I mean, there's always pretension. You're gonna find pretension on the dating app. You're gonna find pretension.
But
at Black
I'm a
Tie.
lot to deal with, and if
Yes,
my
baby.
education is the one thing that you're scared of just by reading, then you need to run because you will be sedated half the time we're dating.
You know
like,
what?
I'm a lot.
I learned from Crystal Summers that you need to be, instead of asking for like resume and stuff, you need to ask for credit scores on these dates.
Thank Thank you, Crystal Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're just looking for the wrong thing or looking in the wrong place or something. You know,
Well, there's always something wrong with me, so.
there's something wrong with everybody. I mean, truly, there's something.
Except
even
for me and Joe.
Even me.
I don't have
We're
any
perfect.
issues.
RuPaul.
About that.
Plenty of issues.
Okay, we Israel's phone or clock beeped at us, so we have to stop, go to break, and we'll be back.
That was it, right?
Ouija board. Are there any spirits here? I'm leaving.
Hey. You can't remove your hand now, or we'll die. I'm serious.
Men, we invite the Ouija spirit to come over. You don't move your hand. Continue playing, because this is real business. Ouija board. If you're really here, please move to Kung's side.
Hi, I'm Israel Luna. I've been a working filmmaker, editor, and writer since 2001. I've produced 10 full-length films, screened at some of the biggest film festivals like Robert De Niro's Tribeca Film Festival, and made deals with LA distribution companies, resulting in my films being in circulation nationally and internationally in movie theaters, digital formats, and retail outlets like Walmart, Best Buy, Target, and many others. It's been a crazy ride. A rough ride, but a very rewarding one. It feels good to wake up every morning knowing that filmmaking is my job. In saying that, remember, it is a job, but a fun one that I love doing. People have asked me many times, how do you do it? How can I make a living making movies? Well, it's not something I can easily answer because there are so many facets to it. And this doesn't just mean filmmaking. It's about making a living off of your artistic expression, whether it be filmmaking, acting, painting, dancing, or anything else you may be good at. Take what you love doing and monetize it. Which leads me to today. I've decided to begin a weekly workshop to help guide you through all of the ins and outs of making a living from your art and creativity. I'm here to lead you into being your own boss as an artist and creative, just like me. I'll do my best to have you live, breathe, eat, sleep, and most importantly, live financially on your creations and artistic expression. I'll see you there.
I was just about to tell them what we're going to talk about for the next 8 minutes. We were talking about dating, online dating, and dating apps.
Because yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just wondering, what picture do you use? What's your main picture? Because I'll show you mine.
Well, apparently with this conversation, I should have a whole pic. And there's not enough lighting to see my little starfish.
See, that's not going to help you either because you're probably going to put a lash over there. Brandi can help you with the bottom lash.
Thank you, Asia O'Hara.
That is such a disturbing visual in my head.
And you're all blinking at something.
Oh my God. Okay,
It's
see,
not
so for
bad.
example, this. Oh,
Look,
okay. What's yours? What's yours?
That's.
Oh, I think
It's cute.
Let me see. Let me see.
It's not
Let me
bad. See, I have a rule. I'm
Okay.
sliding through these
You
fuckers.
look like Jon Snow.
Oh, I used to get that. I used to get that in Josh Groban a lot. Like I had people run up to me.
So the picture, for those of you who can't see,
not-
it's pretty much just like him in a car. Like, look, or is it in a car?
No, I'm just.
It's
Yeah.
just.
It's at JR's.
It's just a selfie. Let me see. Show.
It's about selfie.
It's about.
But
I don't know if you can see it.
I have one criteria when I'm looking through pictures. If you're not smiling, there's an issue with you, and I cannot have that in my life.
What if you can't see
you
the
need
face?
to smile?
See, so for example,
What is your picture?
it's just my body.
Torso.
Just
Typical.
torso. Because one, I don't want people to know who I am.
2, and we don't know that's really you.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So my point is, not
Prove
that
it.
I'm necessarily looking. Not that I'm necessarily looking for a hookup, but no matter what you press, anything to hook them to just talk to you, and then you can be like, "Hey, this is what I do," blah blah blah. Because now you're starting the conversation. Now you can tell them the meaty stuff.
No, fuck
I like
that.
that's like marketing. You're bringing in like
It's
marketing.
That's
and
false
dating,
advertisement.
And that's not, like
Yes.
who wants to,
It's only
That's
false
just too
advertisement
much.
if that's not him.
Israel?
But
Oh, it's not.
But it works. It's before when I had
That's
long
why you're
hair.
not a boy.
When I had long hair, any photo that showed my face had a hat on, or my hair was pulled back, so you couldn't tell. Because if I had long hair, I would get direct messages that if I wanted to date a woman, I would go on a straight app, or if I wanted, and it was that whole 1950s mindset that boys have short hair, girls have long hair, and so as a boy, I was supposed to have short hair to that man, and it was asinine, and so I would just not lead with that, and so I started showing torso shots too that would at least get a response, and then whenever I would send a picture, their response would be, "Is your hair long?" And I would say yes, and whoop, it'd be gone.
And my friend Jason that I said,
I don't
he
like
took
that.
a selfie, right? And he's smiling. And I said, no. I said, come here, take off your shirt, go up against my infinity wall, turn around. And it was his back. And I said, all right, now, bring your shoulders back so you can see the cut on your back, and keep your jeans on. And now just look to the side and look down. And I took a picture and I said, put that as your profile picture. All that evening, he's like, oh my God,
That's
the
like
messages won't stop.
The Brian Kenny and that moment in Queer as Folk where
Yes.
Brian Kenny, like his best friend, he Brian Kenny's him out for the dating app. That's so like.
You're talking about Michael?
Yeah, Michael. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Here's my
No.
question for you: someone who has never used a dating app, aren't you? What do you do to protect yourself? Okay,
I use
mean,
condoms.
I don't mean that kind of protection.
You don't know what condoms are.
You just told us you can't get a date on there, so
I can't. I use them with my toys.
That's not a date.
blow that up. Recently, there was the story about this group of thugs that were, going on Grindr, and they'd setting up, and then you go to somebody's house, beat them up, and rob them.
I got mugged.
Yeah, really?
What? You got
See?
mugged?
There was a man that worked
Yeah.
at the, and I'm not saying that he met this
At
guy on
gunpoint?
Grindr, but there was a dating
Oh,
app
damn.
involved. A guy that worked for the church that was murdered
Oh, that's right. I remember
last
yeah.
year.
I tried, and I love that I'm older now. So now all my pictures have sunglasses because that's where it gives it away. to me, behavior. And if you're fast and furious and you're not asking questions, it's all, where do you live? Do you live alone? Do you have a roommate? When it's instant and it's right away and it's fast, those are behaviors that I don't trust. And it's been years and years. And it was on Adam for Adam, actually.
Oh, wow.
And was chatting with somebody and disappeared for a few hours and then came back and hit me up again and then disappeared for a few hours and then came back and was like, let's meet right now, and was like just real kind of aggressive. And I don't know what my frame of mind was at the time, but I just kind of let my guard down and I went and we met. And immediately when I got there, it was this apartment and all the lights were off and anonymous. And no, he answered the door and we talked and stuff, and it was awkward. It was awkward. And I didn't feel right or comfortable the whole time. And it's like there was this weird stillness in the apartment. And he was like, yeah, I'm staying with like his sister or somebody, and they're out. And just real touchy-feely and all of that. And at one point I was like, I need to go. And I get to my car, and as I'm driving away, I realize that my wallet has disappeared at some point. And so I go back and I knock on the door. I'm not even out of the parking lot yet. And I go back and I knock on the door. And when the door opens, all the lights are on now, and there's like 8 people in this place. And no one had come in or out. So these people were all in there when I was there. Wow. And
That's
my
scary as shit.
My dumbass was like, hey, is so-and-so here? And it's funny because there was this one very effeminate, larger man and woman. He wasn't trans, but he probably does shows. And standing there, and these other 2 guys started approaching the door, and Miss Thing was like, I got this, and was like, can I help you? And I'm like, yeah, I need to see so-and-so. And, he went to the store. Okay. And I'm like, well, I think my wallet must have fallen out. So can I just come in real quick and look around? And she stepped out, and I walked in, and it wasn't until I was like looking in seat cushions and stuff, thinking like, it must have fallen out. And I'm digging around that I'm suddenly like, I am in this house. Mm-hmm. And the reality of what just really happened. And it was like, it must be in my car. And I turned, no eye contact, out the front door, and I'm driving away, and I started shaking at that point, that it's like, what if I had challenged them in that moment in their house? Like, it was. Yeah. Yeah.
But, and I was thinking, a certain lovely trans woman who performs at Kevin Rose Room, was it last year, year before, had issues, not that somebody that she had hooked up with or met or whatever, but somebody that came on her profile and started hating on her, and turned out to be dangerous person in a way. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Have you ever had anything like that? Have you ever had people come after you on like that?
The same guy.
Really?
He made the rounds with all the girls. Yeah.
Jeez.
Just very aggressive, and he has
he
been removed
us.
from bars. Yeah. Threatened a lot of people, and he's back lately.
Is he?
We have a nickname for him. Yes.
Well, hey, you know what? We might need to talk about
Okay.
that. Anyway, that's the end of our 8 minutes. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back 2 minutes, wrap it up, and that's it for this week. But don't go anywhere yet. You have to come and let us
not
wrap it
over.
up. 2 more minutes. See you in a minute.
That's crazy. I just volunteered that.
Ouija board. Are there any spirits here? I'm leaving.
Hey. You can't remove your hand now, or we'll die. I'm serious.
Men, we invite the Ouija spirit to come over. You don't move your hand. Continue playing, because this is real business. Ouija board. If you're really here, please move to Kung's side.
Hi, I'm Israel Luna. I've been a working filmmaker, editor, and writer since 2001. I've produced 10 full-length films, screened at some of the biggest film festivals like Robert De Niro's Tribeca Film Festival, and made deals with LA distribution companies, resulting in my films being in circulation nationally and internationally in movie theaters, digital formats, and retail outlets like Walmart, Best Buy, Target, and many others. It's been a crazy ride. A rough ride, but a very rewarding one. It feels good to wake up every morning knowing that filmmaking is my job. In saying that, remember, it is a job, but a fun one that I love doing. People have asked me many times, how do you do it? How can I make a living making movies? Well, it's not something I can easily answer because there are so many facets to it. And this doesn't just mean filmmaking. It's about making a living off of your artistic expression, whether it be filmmaking, acting, painting, dancing, or anything else you may be good at. Take what you love doing and monetize it. Which leads me to today. I've decided to begin a weekly workshop to help guide you through all of the ins and outs of making a living from your art and creativity. I'm here to lead you into being your own boss as an artist and creative, just like me. I'll do my best to have you live, breathe, eat, sleep, and most importantly, live financially on your creations and artistic expression. I'll see you there.
Okay, y'all, we're back for our last 2 minutes. We're going to wrap up. I'm going to start down there with Israel and let him tell you what's up in Israel land.
Yeah, a week from Monday is my workshops that I'm doing. They're going to be monthly workshops that are on Monday nights from 7 to 8, I think so, yeah. 7 to 8, and it's all about me helping guide you to, to have you live financially off of your art and creativity. It starts March 26th.
Cool. My name is Michael Garza, and the sisters will be out tonight at Sue Ellen's around 9 o'clock, and then we'll head over to the Eagle.
Sisters.
If you don't know who the sisters are, they are the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. You can go to dfwsisters.org and you can learn who we are. We are a worldwide organization, and basically we go out to the community and pass out condoms and advocate for people, and we're just there for whoever needs us.
And hopefully you'll get to use some of those condoms.
Someday.
Someday.
Not with that profile.
Oh, Lord.
I'm Joe Hoselton, also known as Jenna Skyy. You can catch me every Friday and Saturday night in the Rose Room. Come out tonight. We'll have a good time. You know, Asia will be there, and she's famous now. For me.
Because she wasn't before.
Nope.
We love you, Asia.
I'm Brandi Amara Skyy, and you can find me at brandyamarsky.com. You can also check out the interaction profile that I did on Asia O'Hare and this week's Dallas Voice. And you can listen to my new podcast, The Drag Show Podcast, on iTunes.
Yes, and it's quite entertaining. I watched it.
Thank you so much.
I listened to it. I watched the little bars go up and down. I'm Tammye Nash, and I'm the managing editor for Dallas Voice and DVtv and all of our different formats. So we want you to watch DVtv here, watch for DVtv live on the scene when we're at different events. And I'm tired of talking. So we'll see y'all next week around 4-ish.
4-ish.
Bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Yeah, me too. I was like, my tongue's tied. I was like, okay, and done. 2 shows and done.